Drew here, Frisco Tennis Shop. I just read a few articles on a trend of using a smaller grip size for some of the top players. Federer and Nadal, they're using a smaller grip size than what a lot of top players used in years past. So in this brief video, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the advantages and disadvantages of each, and I hope you find this information useful. If you're a competitive tennis player, you've probably learned the best way to find grips. We've kind of heard a lot of these if you've been around. Hold the grip, and if there's enough room for one finger, your pointer finger, the width of, it's a good grip size for you. Another rule is measuring from this crease of the palm up to the top of the ring finger. These are all kind of just very simple ways to check the grip. My personal opinion, I'm a USRSA Master Racket Technician, not a professional tennis player, but in my opinion, it's always good just to do what's most comfortable for you, demo as many different grip sizes as you want. As you probably know, if you play tennis, the grip sizes for adults start at 4 1/8 inch and then go all the way up to 4 5/8. And it doesn't sound like a big difference if you haven't played before, but you'll definitely know it when you use that tennis grip. But the articles I've been reading, Federer and Nadal have been using a smaller grip. Federer's been using a 3/8 grip, and Nadal, I believe, has been using a 1/4 grip. Keep in mind they use over grips, but it's really not going to build it up that much. So it does look like they're using much smaller grips than players in the past, you know, during the Sampras and Agassi years where they're using 5/8 grips, and it's definitely a bigger grip. So why would a player like Federer and Nadal, the best players in the world, use a smaller grip than what's typically been used for adults? Everything I read, they're getting real good wrist flexion, say on the pronation on the serve, so they can really get that good kick serve and some good power. Also, definitely helps at your contact point to make sure you're getting that good crisp topspin. So I'd recommend trying it out to see if it's a good fit for you. The disadvantages are if the grip is too small and your fingers are overlapping, that could create some arm discomfort. That could be a lot more wrist flexion that can put some strain on the arm. Maybe you won't have as much control over it. So it's not all advantages. There are disadvantages. You may try it out and say it's definitely not a good fit. There's obviously pros who use a 5/8 grip, but it is a trend that I've been noticing in the men's game, just like lower tensions, another trend out there. You know, head size over the years has changed what guys have been using. So I'll link to an article below that talks a little bit about the advantages and disadvantages of each, but that's just one little thing that I've noticed that I think a lot of players, especially competitive ones, may want to demo it out just to see if what Nadal is using, like the 4th grip, or Federer, it's not as radical, the 3/8. It's a little bit smaller, but not as radical as what Nadal's been using or has been reported to be using. But try out that smaller grip. There could be a good advantage for you on pronating that wrist, getting some good topspin on that ball to see if it's a good fit for your game. This has been Drew from Frisco Tennis Shop, and I hope to talk soon.